Well, welcome. Have gathered around the. We don't have an unveiling because we unveil it, or they require us to take it off, before the show starts. But we're pleased to have you join us today with the and introducing, if you will, what I'll call the first super electric sedan. Made the Saleen Tesla, and we're very happy. It has been a very exciting project to work on. It's had its unique challenges. One of the things that I've learned is when we disassemble the batteries, is I don't put my hand on this post and this one at the same time, because that turns out to be pretty deadly. So the engineers have told me as to how to touch it with this finger and this finger, so the current just goes down and up and I just get shocked. But anyway, we're very proud of it. We've taken what we believe to be a car, a game-changing car that the Tesla is already, and have taken it into a new direction that we're very pleased. As we've approached the car, we did a number of different things. And over the 30 years, we've been building our own S7, doing the Ford GT for Ford Motor Company, doing Harley-Davidson pickup trucks, and doing obviously the Saleen Mustangs and Camaros and Challengers. We certainly are not new to the automotive, but we've utilized, I think, 30 years of ingenuity, creativity into combining it, and how we would adapt the electric cars as cars of the future. We certainly look at, from Saleen's standpoint, a lot of people have asked, well, why would you do an electric car? And I will tell you that electric cars are not a fad, but they are definitely a trend. And I've always looked at the S7 on is where the future is going in transportation, and we see this as being really, if you will, kind of the turning point of a new direction. What we've addressed with the car to begin with is we have taken the aerodynamics of the car and have enhanced it to where we're always looking at L over D, lift over drag. And then by doing that, what we're trying to do is to get less drag but an equal amount of downforce from front to rear. And in achieving that is what we've looked at is changing the front, the hood, the side, and the rear. And especially underneath the car, what you don't see is all the vanes and the way that we run the splitter, how it fits with an electric vehicle that is solid underneath, and then how that ties in with the rakes in the back to actually diffuse the air in a much more efficient manner. And we've been very, very pleased with the outcome of that. Some of the innovative ways, though, where we've done this is that the mating of the front fascia and the hood was a critical area of where you can kind of see two nostrils, and the way that we've enhanced the cooling for the drivetrain in the front is how we're exiting the air through the front fascia into the hood, and then that boundary layer carries over the entire car, and then it ends up, when we get a chance here as we walk around, to look at the rear diffuser and the way that we have the Saleen spoiler in the rear. From a technical standpoint or a powertrain standpoint, we have left the battery pack and the horsepower or the peak power and peak torque numbers alone. That's where the car comes from. Its name is the Foursixteen, and we've left the Foursixteen horsepower rating alone. What we have changed, though, is how fast you get there. We've changed the complete drivetrain into different gear ratios that allow us to have quicker acceleration in doing such. And part of that, too, is we've also developed what we call a max grip differential, which allows us to get better grip to whatever tire wheel needs it, depending on the cornering load or the surface of the pavement, so that we can get maximum acceleration both straight line and through cornering. Also, because of that, we also have to go in and we change the software into the stability control and the ABS system that allows allows us to utilize what we've done more efficiently in the mechanical grip side of the equation. Suspension-wise, we have improved to where we've added the springs, different shock absorbers, sway bars, all the bushings that give it to where we have a tauter suspension, left to right, directional change. We can do things a lot quicker and take advantage of the power and the torque on the electric motor when you're in mid-corner and you want to open it up, so to speak. The braking wise, we have the car that you see here is fitted with the carbon ceramic brakes, which that coupled with the 22-inch forged aluminum wheels takes about 25 to 30 pounds weight reduction per corner, which again gives us a much more better feel and transient response, both under acceleration, deceleration, and especially from left to right, slalom modified. The interior-wise,
well, you can see they
maybe we'll move down here. Can we slide everyone down here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you guys want to slide down, we'll get the shade of the interior.
I'm sorry, this way.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, interior-wise, we've rechanged all the seating. All the foam has been more geared for performance driving. All of your leathers in Alcantara from top to bottom have been changed from headliner to even the floor mats to give it a different type of feel, a more luxury type of application. And then, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, is that we've actually added cup holders to the car. Usually I'm the one taking cup holders out, but in this case we've actually added cup holders to the car, and we've also changed the back of the seats too, that gives it a little bit more of a future thinking on comfort and performance type of seat. The probably the coolest feature though of the car, as the development of what we've done, is the sound. I know it's an electric car, and everyone goes, electric cars make no noise. That is true, but what we've done is, as we have changed the driveline and the drivetrain in the way that we have cut the gears, we now have the acceleration and deceleration. It allows for the car to make a very unique sound, depending on how much throttle you're going, to have the whine like a supercharger on acceleration and the whine on the deceleration. So if we were to do laps around here, you would hear almost a mini Formula One sound, which again is, if you will, the new sound of electric cars. And price point on this, again, we've tried to look at things to be very cost effective. Our pricing starts at $152,000, and the car comes eligible for all of the federal and state rebates. So if we lived in California, example, you would have the $75,000 federal rebate and the $2,500 California rebate, which would then bring down the purchase price to $142,000 for the car. We are offering some of the upgrades that we have here, have raised the price up. And excluding the special paint job that we have, which is a $25,000 option, the car that you see here would be about $175,000 with all of the equipment from front to back, braking, and what have you. What we look at from a competitive standpoint, I think that is comparable, is that the Mercedes S65 AMG is what we feel would be a very comparable car, based on it being a four-seater, four-door, based on its performance characteristics, which would be very similar on this, though I would argue that our braking and our cornering would be better, but on acceleration it would be very, very similar. But we're quite a bit less expensive than the counterpart, with I think a very good value. We've had a lot of fun, as I mentioned, in doing this. It's been a different type of experience. It's been the only car that I've tested out on the racetrack where I've had the windows up, the air conditioning on, and not hearing a sound basically inside the car while I've gone full throttle all the way around the track for numerous laps. With that, I'll open it up if there's some questions that I've missed.
Yeah, I wanted to ask how long from time of concept to now delivering this here on the lawn at Pebble Beach?
Well, we basically, with all of the cars I've done in the past, I find it to be very normal to childbirth. It always seems to take us 9 months to actually get the car from when we start to and not saying that childbirth is not hard to do. No, it's that was the S7 when we did our own supercar, and a lot of things in the past with the Mustang or truck products, those type of things always ends up seeing about taking on that. We open up our order bank today. We have numerous orders already on the car, which is very gratifying, and it's a 6 to 8 week delivery time that we're quoting at this point in time. You can order the cars directly from us. We then get them directly from Tesla to our factory. We will then complete the Saleen portion of it and deliver it directly to the individual customer.
Can I ask you about
horsepower?
Pardon?
I missed the horsepower.
The horsepower is the standard on the Tesla is 416, which is where the name comes from. But the acceleration curve up and down is much improved.
driving a pure muscle car like you've done with the Saleen versus this electric vehicle? How did it feel from a driving perspective to you?
Well, it's a lot of fun, and it's again, you have to realize this is a four-door sedan. Where we've been in has been basically two-door muscle car or two-door sports cars like the S7 or the Ford GT. So it has a different feel in that respect, but it has the same fun factor of going around the track, and the acceleration and the braking is just really breathtaking.
You said full throttle. How fast is that?
Well, we haven't done the actual testing with any magazines or publications, but it'll be in 0 to 60 should be in the middle to low 4-second category.
Is it a P85 Plus model?
Yes.
Are you going to make the package available on other models other than just the P85 Plus?
Right now, that's what we're working with, but certainly a lot of the componentry we'll adapt. Do you like it?
I do.
Is it faster than a Saleen Mustang?
It depends on which model yet.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
How much traction
I will
do you have?
tell you right now, it is not faster than a Saleen S7, so that's still quicker.
Awesome. It's beautiful.